It's 2:47 in the morning, and you're staring at your fourth losing trade in a row. Your account is down 6%, but that's not what's killing you. It's the feeling in your chest, that tightness. You know the one. You've minimized the trading platform 3 times in the last 10 minutes, but you keep pulling it back up, checking the chart, even though the trade is already closed, already gone, already added to the growing list of losses that's starting to feel less like variance and more like evidence. The first loss didn't bother you much. You followed your rules. Clean stop out. That's trading. The second one stung a little, but you told yourself it happens. By the third loss, you started asking questions. Is the market different today? Did I miss something in my analysis? Should I be trading this pair right now? And now, after number 4, you're not asking questions about the market anymore. You're asking questions about yourself. You open Discord. Someone's posting a 23% gain this week. You feel something twist in your stomach. You open Reddit. There's a thread about win rates, and someone's arguing that anything below 60% is unprofitable. And suddenly you're calculating your win rate for the day, for the week, for the month, even though you know it doesn't work like that. You know edge plays out over hundreds of trades, not 4. But knowing doesn't stop the thoughts. At some point between loss 3 and loss 4, something shifted. You don't trust your system anymore. Or maybe you don't trust yourself. You're not sure which is worse. You tell yourself you'll take one more trade, just one, to get back to break even. But you also know that if you take it and it loses, you'll be checking your account balance in the bathroom at work tomorrow, stomach churning, wondering if you should just stop trading altogether. Your brain, during a losing streak, is like a smoke detector going off because you burned toast. It's screaming danger, threat, emergency, even though, statistically, probabilistically, mathematically, everything is fine. But here's what most traders don't realize. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's doing exactly what 200,000 years of evolution designed it to do. And that's the problem. Your brain evolved for survival, not for probability. That's the entire problem in one sentence. But let me show you what's actually happening in your skull when you hit loss number 3, 4, 5. For 200,000 years, your ancestors faced a simple equation. See a pattern that looks like danger. Respond immediately. Live another day. See the same pattern twice. Respond faster. See it 3 times, and your brain doesn't wait for confirmation anymore. It just acts. This kept them alive when the pattern was a predator in the bush. This destroys your trading account when the pattern is 3 red trades in a row. Here's what's really happening. After your first couple of losses, your amygdala, the ancient part of your brain responsible for threat detection, starts lighting up. By loss 3 or 4, it's not just active. It's taking over. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that thinks rationally, that understands probabilities, that knows your edge plays out over hundreds of trades, starts losing control. Cortisol, your stress hormone, floods your system. And here's the thing about cortisol. It doesn't reset overnight. It accumulates. Each loss adds to the reservoir until your brain is literally operating in survival mode while you're trying to execute a probabilistic edge. Brain scans of traders during losing streaks show the same neural patterns as someone facing physical danger. Your body can't tell the difference between a $500 loss and a tiger in the grass. Both trigger the same ancient circuits. Most traders think they need more discipline during a losing streak. What they actually need is to understand that discipline isn't the issue. Your brain is doing exactly what it should do. It's just that what kept your ancestors alive, pattern detection, immediate response, loss aversion at all costs, is precisely what makes you reduce your position size right before the recovery. Skip the next setup because you don't feel confident. Or worse, double your risk trying to make it all back. There was a trader named Sarah. winning 58% over 6 months. Solid edge. Then she hit a 7-trade losing streak. Normal variance for her system. She reduced her risk to 1/4%, telling herself she'd scale back up when she felt ready. She missed the next 3 winners, trades that would have recovered everything and put her back in profit. Her brain protected her from danger that didn't exist and cost her the entire recovery phase. This is where most traders make the fatal mistake. Let me show you what this actually costs, not just in dollars, though we'll get to that, in time, in opportunity, in the psychological damage that compounds long after your account recovers. Week 1 of your losing streak, 5 losses, $500 down. Your confidence drops maybe 20%. You're still executing, but there's hesitation now. You catch yourself staring at the entry button for 30 seconds before you click it. Execution quality, maybe 85% of what it should be. Week 2, you've reduced your risk to 0.5%, down from 1%, because you're being smart and protecting capital. You missed 3 setups that would have been winners. $600 in profit you didn't take because your brain was protecting you from danger. Now, you're not just down $500 from the losses. You're down $1,100 when you count what you didn't make. And here's where it gets ugly. Week 3, you take a mental break. You tell yourself you need to reset, to come back fresh. 7 qualified setups appear while you're on the sidelines. 4 of them win. That's another $400 you would have made if you were executing your edge. Total cost now, $1,500. But you're still telling yourself this was the responsible thing to do. Week 4, you come back ready. First trade loses. Something snaps. You take the next trade with 2% risk because you need to make it back faster. It loses. Now you're angry. 3% on the next one. Another loss. Your $500 losing streak just became a $1,200 catastrophe because your brain, trying to protect you, led you into revenge trading. 92% of traders who experience 7 or more consecutive losses modify their strategy within 30 days. Think about that. They change a system that might have a proven edge over 1,000 trades because of 7 trades. Prop firm data shows that 67% of challenge failures happen during completely normal statistical variance, not from broken strategies, from traders who couldn't execute through variance. The death spiral looks like this. Losing streak triggers cortisol. Cortisol impairs decision-making. Poor decisions create more losses. More losses mean more cortisol. Worse decisions. Paralysis or revenge trading. Either way, you're done. But there's a way out. And it starts with understanding one thing. The solution isn't to fight your emotions during a losing streak. That's the mistake everyone makes. You can't win that fight. Your amygdala is faster, stronger, and has 200,000 years of practice overriding your rational mind. The traders who survive understand something critical. You don't override your brain during the streak. You remove decision-making from the equation entirely. Before the losing streak happens, you decide exactly what you'll do when it happens. It's called a pre-commitment protocol, and it works because it separates your rational brain from your emotional brain by time. When cortisol is low and you're thinking clearly, you create the rules. When cortisol is high and you're in survival mode, you just follow them. No heroics, no discipline battles, just mechanical execution. Here's the framework. Backtest your strategy or run a Monte Carlo simulation. Find the longest losing streak in 1,000 trades. Let's say it's 8. Your crisis threshold is that number plus 2. So 10. This means any losing streak under 10 trades is statistically normal. It's not evidence your strategy is broken. It's evidence that variance exists. Now, you write this down. I will execute my next 15 setups with 0 modification if I experience a losing streak of 5 or more trades, provided I remain below my crisis threshold. During the streak, you don't trust your feelings. You run a checklist. Does this setup meet my criteria? Is my risk 1%? Am I below my crisis threshold? 3 yes answers means you execute. No interpretation, no feelings. Just yes or no. But what if your strategy actually is broken? That's what the crisis threshold prevents. If you hit 10 losses and your maximum was 8, then you investigate. But 5, 6, 7 losses? That's noise, not signal. And what if market conditions changed? If your backtest didn't account for different conditions, you weren't ready to trade live in the first place. Professional traders use algorithms not because algorithms are smarter, but because algorithms don't experience cortisol spikes. They execute the edge without emotional interference. You can't remove your emotions, but you can remove their power to override your system. Your brain during a losing streak will always scream warnings. The profitable traders aren't the ones who silence that voice. They're the ones who trust their instruments over the turbulence. The market doesn't reward fearless execution. It rewards systematic execution, especially when every instinct is telling you to stop.